I'm so glad you're here today, and happy 2020. I hope you have a wonderful new year ahead of you. I had done women's videos last year, and the ones that I did, they were well received, and I want to try and reset this year and do more of them. And they'll be about all kinds of conversations, and I hope that you'll join in that conversation with me. We have so much to talk about as women. Women over 60 have a lot to talk about. And I think that it's important that when we don't have a lot of people around us at our age, that we can plug in with different communities and find common ground and share some of our thoughts, our worries, our joys, all those sorts of things. And I also want to start a conversation, not only here, but at my Facebook page, Jill for Today, of course. Anyway, I wanted to talk about that reset button. And in one of my signature glasses of wine this last week, we talked about resetting that button. And as I was getting ready to do this video, I went online and I said, you know, women over 60, New Year's resolutions and that sort of thing. And I actually hate to call something a resolution, because if we've gotten to this age and we haven't gotten some of those resolutions done, then maybe we need to call them something else. That's the reset button I'm talking about. So anyway, I went online and I looked at, you know, those sorts of keywords to see what was out there, and they're always the same things, always. And so they're nothing new as far as those ideas I have. You know, it's the drinking more water, you know, you need to stay hydrated. Quit smoking if you haven't quit smoking, which, you know, I was a smoker. I smoked 2 packs a day, and I've not smoked for, oh my gosh, well, probably 15 years, and it's changed my life. First of all, I don't know how you afford smoking anymore. It's crazy. So, you know, no smoking, getting plenty of sleep, which again is one of my big issues, and I keep having terrible times with sleep, and so I need to work on that this year. More fruits and vegetables. More fruits and vegetables. If you're not eating a lot, eat them. Fruits, vegetables, cook them, don't cook them, but you know, we need to add more to us. Not only as we age and get more mature, we need more of that sort of thing. We need more nutrient dense foods, because we're not moving as much as we did when we were younger. I haven't moved much for a long time, but I have some physical restrictions. But more fruits and vegetables, and finding different ways to cook them. I'm going to be doing more videos this year about lighter cooking, more low-calorie cooking. There will be the vegan recipes in there, and so I'm, you know, looking to make 2020 the Mediterranean diet year for us, and you know, just things like that. You know, have better relationships, do more personal care, all those things that we normally see in those lists. But there's things that I find in my world that I'd like to change, and I'd like to tell you about them, and maybe you'll say, that's a pretty good idea. One of the things I'm going through, and I am unsubscribing to everything that comes into my mailbox that I don't want to see anymore. You know, you get them in, you delete, but do you really unsubscribe? I don't. I've just been deleting for the last year. So this year, and I've started already, anything that comes into my mailbox that I don't want to be solicited for. If it's a high school reunion 50 years ago and I don't care about these people, I'm unsubscribing from them. I'm just going down the list. And boy, does that feel good to go in there in the morning and see like half of them are gone. So that's one thing I'm doing. Selenium. Now, I've done a lot of research on selenium, and our bodies need it. We are trying to not take so many supplements, you know, vitamin pills. But one of the things that we need is selenium. And so we looked at a little research, and I actually had forgotten this. Brazil nuts are a very good source of selenium. So I take a selenium Brazil nut every morning. It's a raw nut, and if you can't eat nuts, you might try Brazil nuts as like a little morning pill. We do it. It's great. The other thing is, we are no longer eating our meals or having coffee. We have a morning coffee where we just chit chat about stuff, you know. No phones. No computers, nothing. And I love the commercial. I don't know whether you've seen it. Is when, you know, the family opens the door and all the kids are coming in and there's a basket there. And all of those phones and PDs and all that stuff goes in that basket because they're going to visit. And they're not going to visit with those darn computers and phones sitting in their faces or earplugs. So we've done that. We no longer have them at breakfast. We no longer have them at any meal. And that includes television. When we sit down to have a meal, the television is off because you'll sit there with that meal and you'll be eating. You have no idea what's in that plate. You'll have no idea how much you've eaten. And it's like I'm sitting there and saying, what was that I just ate and how much did I eat? It hasn't satisfied me because I don't know what I ate or how much I ate. So I don't do that anymore. I go to the table or I come to the bar, I sit here and I have music. I love music. I want more music in my life. So now I have music on, either it's quiet jazz or maybe some classical. If I need something to really get me moving because I'm getting kind of tired, I'll put on rock. More music, less TV. And that's just what I'm trying to do in my life. And actually, within the last 5 days of the new year, I feel better already. Snack time, I used to sit down with hummus and pita chips and not my own homemade hummus, which I make super low fat, and I'll leave some videos links up there for you for the hummus that I make. Well, we've gotten pretty lazy around here and we're buying store-bought hummus, and it's high in fat, high in calories, and then you buy the pita chips to go with it, and I make my own pita chips, but I haven't in a while. So after you've done that, it's like you've eaten 1,000 calories. 500, you know, you're getting up there. So now when we're doing snacks, and this would be something anybody could do, I make a salad, a nice big green salad. It's got all the goodies in it that we love, you know, cranberries and pomegranate seeds and maybe a little bit of goat cheese for the protein or a little nuts and veggies, and I put a light vinaigrette on it, and that's what I have now as a afternoon snack when I'm starting to get really hungry. Then at dinner time, it's not so bad because I've filled up on all this roughage, and dinner is a nice vegetable of some sort and a protein of some sort and maybe a grain. And we do eat meat from time to time, and we have fish and chicken, and very rarely do we eat beef. But we do include proteins like that. But I'm trying to do more beans and grains and vegetables. And again, it's 5 days into the year, but I'm committed to, you know, I'm going to make a plan and I'm going to stick to the plan. And that's something that my reset button is, that I'm going to stick to a plan and see it through. That's it. Period. Boom. And I'm going to get that weight off this year. I'm going to get that weight off this year. Those are all the resolution or reset things that, you know, I want to work on for myself. And, you know, I'm introducing them to you. Maybe you might see some, you say, oh yeah, I could do that. The thing is that whenever I start to look at myself in the mirror and I say, Jill, you're getting old, you're 67 years old, I was reminded about how beautiful women can be at this age by watching the other day Star Trek, and it was one of the first ones that came out, the movie, and it was Spock's mother, who is Jane Wyman, who played Margaret Anderson in Father Knows Best. So, you know, if you're in our age category, you know that show probably. And when she was younger, I thought, whatever, you know, she's okay. Well, she was in this movie, and she was an older woman now, and I said, oh my God, this woman is gorgeous. The silver hair and the wrinkles around her eyes and the wrinkles around her smile line, you know. And I said, this woman is beautiful, which made me realize that we are beautiful at this age. You know, there's all this stuff on TV and in movies that you've got to be 30 and gorgeous. Well, the 60s plus age category is becoming so large, our community is, that, you know, a lot of models now are older models. Ally McGraw, Lauren McGowan, Christy Brinkley. Of course, that woman will never age. I don't know how she does it. But there's a lot of older models that were young models that they're now bringing out again, and they're gorgeous, and we know that we can be that beautiful too with aging thing, like a fine wine that we go through, and we forget that part of our aging process. And you know what? It's there, and we need to embrace it. Oh, anyway, off the soapbox. I hope that you like this. I hope that if you're of any age, you'll stick around and see the different things that I like to talk about and show you, and cosmetics and low-calorie recipes and all those things. And I hope you do decide to hang with me for a while. I'll get better at this. This is a hard one for me to kind of organize, but I'm going to work real hard at it, and that's part of my reset button this year. I love you all. I hope you have a really great new year, and I hope that you'll leave some comments and let me know what you think, and I will see you later. Bye.